lost your goddamn minds? You idiots are gonna pay for shooting up my... What the hell? Ugly motherfucker. Shit.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a new Let's Play with me, your host Tim. And today, we're going to start playing some Jupiter Hell together. There will be some prep here before we get going, and you can skip it if you go down to the comment section. I'll have a pinned comment there with a timestamp you can click on to jump ahead past this prep. We're going to chat a bit about what type of game this is, why I'm playing it, how far I've gotten in the game, and any odd stuff that I'll be doing as we play the game that you might not otherwise see someone do. Like, do I walk everywhere? Of course you walk everywhere, because that's the type of game this is. How many doors do I shut behind myself and stuff like that, and why I make these decisions. In any case, click that timestamp to be jumped ahead to where I hit new game, and because this will take maybe like about 8 minutes or so. Alright, well let's get started with the prep. So, I picked this game up about a month ago when it was released, and I knew absolutely nothing about it. I based my purchase solely upon the picture that Steam had and the positive review scores. And I was like, hey, this looks like this might fit the bill for a great horror game for my channel during the months of September and October. And I thought it would be something like Dead Space, a futuristic sci-fi setting. You have different types of weaponry you fight off demons with, just like in Doom, but it might be creepy. So I picked it up. And it turns out, I couldn't have been more wrong. Well, in so much that it's not a horror game. It is a turn-based roguelike game. And from what I've gathered, it's based on an old roguelike called Doom RL. And it probably doesn't share that name due to copyright issues. I guess they couldn't use Doom once they decided they wanted to sell it. In any case, as you saw in the intro video, we're going to dock at a spaceport and discover its inhabitants are either demons, dead, or undead. And we'll have our loud-mouth, curse-filled protagonist navigate through randomly chosen maps looking for equipment and experience to help us get to and put down the final boss, located roughly 25 hell-packed levels away from our starting point. Now, at the time that I'm recording this video, I have beaten the game several times now. Here is my Hall of Fame. This is all the times that I have played the game so far. And as you can see, I've beaten the game 3 times, twice with a Marine and once with a Scout. I have roughly about, I think, 40 or 50 hours now in the game, so I understand the game mechanics pretty well now. I've got a good handle on them. So we shouldn't expect too much of anything new when it comes to the game mechanics. But I haven't tried out very many builds. I'm still experimenting, with the things that I want to try and see what I like and what I don't. I'm also not too familiar with what levels lead to what, and what the rewards are when we arrive at these locations. So I can't really make the best decisions so far in navigating these branching paths through the different areas to reach the end. But that should make it more fun, because, well, there'll be some things that are new to me. And even so, like, even if I do encounter an area I've been at before, I can at least try to verify this is something similar to what I've seen before. Like, the equipment will be the same, or the layout will be the same. And I can explain these things to you guys as we continue to adventure forward. So what else is there? Well, okay, so let's talk about the weird things that I'll be doing during the game. There aren't very many of them. The only thing is that we'll be occasionally encountering these terminals, and there will be messages on these terminals that we can read. Some of these are plot points. They have information about what is going on here, and will relate a little bit to the guards, the Marines who are posted here, what life is like around the Jupiter colony, what's happening on the spaceport, and they give a bunch of flavor for the occurrences going on, and maybe even why there's demons loose and stuff of that sort. I haven't read very many of them at the moment, but I do know that there is some plot stuff there. Other than that, though, I can't really think of anything else that would be weird for me to do on screen for a game of this sort. And I will read all the entries for the terminals that we come across. And I think that's it, everyone. So the only other thing I think I should do is I should probably apologize to anyone who wanted to watch the original video here for number 1 for Jupiter Hell, because I have unlisted that video. David C. pointed out to me that my video was oddly sliced, I suppose. When I record games, everyone, I use fraps to do it. But occasionally, some games do not draw to like a direct 3D displayable window, and Fraps has issues recording those games. It can't. Jupiter Hell is one such game. Its engine, or how it draws to the screen, does not allow Fraps to capture it. So I was using OBS Studio, and I thought I'd be super cool and record Jupiter Hell on a giant resolution, 2560 by 1440. And it turns out I can't do that with OBS Studio. So now I'm running it on a much lower resolution, 1600 by 900. So no HD for us, unfortunately, I think. But at least the whole thing will be here, and the quality should still be acceptable, I think, to all of us. And with that said, I think that is now finally everything. So I'm going to go check out my voice, and assuming things are coming out okay, we'll be back to hit new game. So give me a few seconds. Alright everyone, I think we're set to go. Let's go ahead and start us up a new game. And the first thing we have to do is choose what type of game mode we want to play. A regular game will go ahead and launch you into a bog standard game of Jupiter Hell. You'll get to choose what type of difficulty you want, what type of class you want, and then it's nothing but you and 25 hell-packed levels to reach Dante, the final boss, and defeat him. The tutorial is exactly what it says on the box. We're not going to do the tutorial today. Challenge modes are restrictions which are placed on your character to make the game more difficult. You might have a significantly reduced inventory capacity, for example, or you might have to play the game with a very particular weapon, or there might be some other restrictions for your character to make the game more obviously challenging if you so desire it. Trials are a way to play a game where the map generation is slightly different. You can play one, for example, which is a hasted game, in which case the levels are less large, there's even less levels, but you get less experience, you get more experience points and one more treasure chest per floor to help you with a faster game. A preset seed game lets you type in the seed that you wish to play if you want to have a very specific set of maps generated for you. The loot you get from treasure chests is always the same, to my knowledge, and the drops you get from a creature, I think they're always the same. They might be different for Exalted, but I think they're always the same as well. So this will let you have a similar experience to the one you previously had if you liked doing a level and want to do that exact set of levels again. However, if you enter a preset seed, that seed will not be scored. That character's run won't be scored. You only get points based on random seeds that you attempt to do. Alright, so for us, I'm going to go ahead and play a regular game. Let's go ahead and get started. And we have to choose a difficulty level. So, at this point, well, first off, I'll never play a game on easy. I'm still dying on medium mode. While I have beaten the game 3 times, and I'm pretty super excited about that, I don't think I'm good enough yet to play this game on hard. And to be honest, when I see something like normal enemy danger level, that's kind of what I'm looking for these days, as opposed to anything that's really more than that. So we're going to go ahead and play the game on a medium setting. At least this run. Probably all the runs, but well, at least this one. Okay, and now we have to choose a character class we want to play. So I think we'll start with the Marine. They're the backbone of Jovasek, and they're resilient and hardy. I'll go ahead and just skip reading about the resource in the active mode until we get a chance to use them in the game. Know that his passive is that each time you enter a new level, you automatically heal 10% max health. We'll see that in the game as well. And we also get to start with a small medkit. Okay, we got to enter a name for this guy. So let's go ahead with Lieutenant Trimus Dowerdon.
Something's gone wrong. Really fucking wrong.
You come back from a routine patrol of the Callisto orbit. Your landing craft gets shot down by the automated defense systems. Something is wrong. Alright everyone, so here's what I'm thinking we're going to do, by the way, to make this a little more thematic for my channel in the Halloween months. This floor, we will leave the music as it is. But after this floor, I will go and mute the music, and I will play something a little more atmospheric for Halloween, and try to make the game a little creepy for us. But not at this point, because I'll be doing a lot of talking and describing what we're looking at and how the game is played. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So, upper left-hand corner, we have the name of the map we are currently on, Callisto Level 1. Below that, we are playing on the medium difficulty level. The M here stands for that. And our seed number is 7260. If you own this game, and you want to play along with me, for example, you can decide to play a regular medium game with the preset seed entry, and type 7260 into that, and you will play the exact same set of maps that I am playing. I think you have to choose the same class as well. Down here is our minimap. We are the green square there. The orange are walls that we cannot walk through. The gray are doors. This is obviously what we see. This is what we look at most of the game right here in the center of it. This is us. Look at how heroic we look with our pistol there. These indicate that there are doors here. We're going to skip Adrenaline until we have to use it. Just know that it's here at the moment. We have Lieutenant Trimus Dowerdon. Our name, we are a Marine, we are level 1. We need 220 experience points until the next level. This is our current health. We have 100 points of health out of 100 points of health. I think each one of these little pound symbols represents 5 life. This is our Fury. We have 40 out of Fury. And 40 out of Fury. Yes, we do. Just like health, we have a meter to represent it. We're getting a buff at the moment. I'll talk about dodge a little later. Over here is the weapons that we have for our weapon slots. We are allowed to carry 3 weapons on us. We are currently armed with a 9mm pistol. There are 8 bullets currently in the gun, and there are 8 bullets allowed to be in the gun at maximum. We have 32 more 9mm rounds for this pistol in our inventory. Here is our inventory. We are allowed to have 12 slots filled with stuff, and 2 of them are currently filled. We'll talk a little more about inventory as we begin picking up stuff from the ground. Alright, so that's everything that we see here. Let's go ahead and start playing. Now, a heads up that I am using a gamepad for this game. It feels very natural to use a gamepad, given how they've done the controls and the hotkeys for the game using it. You can play the game with the keyboard, but there is no mouse support for the game to my knowledge. Everything that you do must be done through the keyboard in this game at this point. I do not think you can rebind keys either, so you're going to need to use what the developers decide to put into the game. There has been quite a bit of criticism, I think, leveled at the game for this, but honestly, having used the joystick, it feels natural. There was 1 or 2 points where I kept hitting the wrong button, but once, after playing the game for maybe 30 minutes, it just felt intuitive to use the gamepad for this. And I am using a Logitech gamepad to play this game. Alright, so to open a door, we can either press the open door button, which is B on my gamepad, or I think spacebar on the keyboard. You can also move into doors in order to open them automatically. You can shut doors behind you by hitting spacebar or pressing the B button on your Logitech gamepad as well. You should know that I won't always shut doors behind me in this game. Sometimes it behooves you to leave them open. In fact, I will leave this door open at the moment. There is line of sight in the game as well. Line of sight is determined by the amount of, I think, light in an area in particular. Many areas of the game will have lesser line of sight than others, and there are some mutators to levels which might affect this amount of light as well, and the distance that you can see. What you can see is also displayed as a lit up area over here on your mini-map. And it looks like this door ahead of us is open, so there must be an enemy there already. Let's see if we can get close to the corner and shoot him. Just like in Sword of Stars: The Pit, it behooves you to pay attention to the sounds that you are hearing, because that will hint as to what enemies are up ahead of you. That sound we're hearing, that means there's a zombie or an ex-guard up ahead, and there's one right there. All right, everyone, let's take a look at him. So first off, note that he is targeted. He's got those green little things around him to indicate that he's the guy we currently have selected. We can see his information up here. He is a former grunt. That is his name. He's got 15 points of life. I think 15 points of life? I think 15 points of life is what this means. I might be wrong. This might be more life than that. I think this might be more life than that. In any case, he's got some life right there. He's also armed with a 9mm pistol. Our chance to hit him is 63%, and if we hit him, we will do 16 points of damage. So the first thing we want to do, I suppose, however, is get into cover. A great deal of this game involves you either trying not to get hit, either by using cover or by using your movement.
Finished looking at porn yet?
I'm not doing that. How do you know? Anyway, let's go ahead and move up a space to get some cover behind the wall there. Okay, note that our chance to hit him decreased a bit. We are now slightly further away from him than we were originally, which is why this is a lesser chance to hit. In this instance, we'll talk about weapon ranges when we fight the next enemy. Notice that now we have this green glowing line here by this wall. Based around this enemy is selected, this wall is giving us cover against him. He will find that he has massive penalties to hit us as long as we're behind cover, but he could still hit us, even though we are back here. Let's go ahead and fire at him once. Nice, we hit him. Notice that he moved up one as well, at roughly the same time that we fired. Notice as well that his life looks a little different. He now has 2 equal signs instead of these pound signs there. This indicates that this is how much damage he took last turn. He took 2 points. Now, something else I need to explain in this game is the turn order. We and our enemies will move at the same time and act at the same time, but things don't actually happen simultaneously. Generally, our actions happen first, then the enemies do. But it's done in real time to make it look more fluid. Let's fire at this guy again. Kill them! Nice! Let's go ahead and try something a little different with this enemy. So, I'm going to go ahead and take a turn to aim at this guy, and also hunker down within our cover. I'm going to do that by pressing down on my left analog stick. Notice that we have gained quite a bit to hit him. Also note that the line is now purple, so we are also hunkering down. What hunkering down does for you, I believe, is reduce the amount of damage you take from AoE attacks. This guy has finally moved to within 100% chance to hit for us. This gives me a chance to explain to you how gun weapon ranges work. Here is our pistol. Standard military sidearm, using a universal 9mm ammo. Better find something with a bit more bang. It does 16 impact damage. Different types of armor and enemies are resistant or more vulnerable to different types of damage. In this case, this is the standard type of damage for bullets. It's a pistol type of weapon, which will be useful to know for different types of skill upgrades you can take in the game. The weapon range, however, is something we need to pay attention to in particular. It is 4 and 6. When a weapon has two numbers in its weapon ranges, the first one is its optimal range, and the second is its maximum range. You will have a 100% chance to hit if the weapon is within your optimal range. In the case of a pistol, that's 4 or less. Outside of that, you start to take weapon degradation, and range degradation, and your chance to hit is not as accurate as it otherwise would be. We'll describe the other aspects of this pistol later. In any case, he is within 4 spaces, so we have a 100% chance to hit him. And he's dead. Alright, let's go ahead and see what all that sweet loot is on the ground. Hey, what's that? Alright, well, let's talk about this thing first. So we have something else that suddenly got selected for us, and it's also displayed here on our mini-map. This is a chest, I believe, or a treasure chest. Let's call them that. Different types of treasure chests drop different types of treasure. This one is red, and if you look closely, you can see a little plus right there. This is a health treasure chest, and at this early stage, the Callisto, which is the first chapter, level 1, this will have 2 items within it. Probably either a stim pack or a small med kit, and a health orb. We'll take a look at those in a bit. Let's go over here and look at this treasure first. So first off, we have what looks like ammunition on the ground. If we walk over something on the ground, whatever it is, we can read more information about it if we hold down the left trigger, in this case on my gamepad, to take a peek at it. There are 16 rounds of 9mm ammo on the ground. Universal 9mm ammo. Widely used in a variety of guns. Floors in the barracks are littered with this shit. Let's go ahead and take it. Taking items off the ground does take time to do, so if you decide to do that in the middle of combat, you will be fired upon, or shredded, or whatever else the enemy is going to do to you while you go ahead and take that stuff. Here's a 9mm pistol on the ground. This one looks a lot like our pistol, doesn't it? In fact, the only difference about this pistol and ours is that ours has 3 less bullets in the chamber. Let's look at the other pistol. Also the same, only this one has a full magazine. Let's take this one. Oh, notice by the way that when we took that pistol, we didn't drop our current pistol to take it. It went into another weapon hot slot. Weapons that you pick up will automatically go into the first available hot slot if there are any available, and then will replace your currently equipped weapon. In my case, I'll just drop our current pistol. The old one we're using for this one. Now, something else about this. Yellow weapons, there's nothing special about them. They are standard, run-of-the-mill weapons. One 9mm pistol you find that's yellow in nature will match every single other 9mm pistol that is yellow in color. No difference between them. So there's nothing special about this gear. But we'll save 4 bullets if we pick up that pistol rather than use the one that we emptied a few bullets from. We'll grab 16 more bullets and let's keep exploring. Hey! We have another enemy over there. A former guard, this one. And this guy has a different weapon, and he also has another bar. I think the bar represents armor and reduces the damage that he takes from certain things. In this case, it looks like our pistol still punches through that armor to hit him. Oh, no, it doesn't. I'm sorry, no, it doesn't. Nope. So he's got 5 points of armor, and we can see down here that our normal 16 damage pistol will only inflict 11 damage to him. 5 damage is being reduced because of the armor that he's got on him. He's also armed with a .44 revolver, and our chance to hit him at this distance is 33%. I'm going to run over here to get cover in this doorway. Woo! He fired at us and missed, thank goodness. This gives me a chance to explain the dodge. If you look down here in the lower left-hand corner, you can see a dodge number. As you move, you gain more dodge and become a harder target to hit. I believe this is checked probably. I don't know how this is checked, but I'll make something up. That sounds about right from what I've experienced. When a weapon is fired at you, this is a chance that any one of the rounds that are fired from that weapon will miss you. In this case, we have a dodge of 22%. So if something was to fire at us right at this point, it would have a 22% chance. We would have a 22% chance to dodge that attack, and it would miss us entirely. Notice that as we move, the dodge goes up dramatically. We gain twice the amount of dodge as we move. This represents that if the enemy was firing at us as we are moving, our chance to dodge that attack is much higher. Okay, so I don't see him. Let's pause for 2 turns and see if he shows up. There he is. Okay, so we have cover against him. We don't have a great chance to hit. Let's take 1 shot at him. Nice! We hit him anyway. Now note that he suffered some damage from us, 11 points. And that his armor also took some damage. We'll kill him if we hit him again. We'll do 14 points of damage, and his armor will stop 2 points. I don't really think I want to be here, though. Let's step 1 more spot to our left. And we'll hunker down again to get the aim bonus. 100% chance to hit, thanks to us aiming, because I think he's at distance 5. Let's plink him. Dead! Alright, well, let's go ahead and open this health chest, as I talked about it earlier. Alright, and we got 2 items. This one is a small med kit. Standard civilian issue medical kit. It probably won't save you, but may make you suffer a bit longer. That's a kind of a joke, I think. Heals 40 points of damage and removes negative status effects. Those also went into our inventory. Your slots for inventory hold different totals of ammunition and gear. 9mm ammo, for example, will fill up 1 slot of your inventory until it hits 100 rounds. Any rounds after that for 9mm ammo will go into a different slot, consuming another space, 1 more of your capacity. Small medkits stack up to 3. Now, most bullets in the game, I think I cover all of them. 9mm and 7.62mm rounds can be stacked up to 100. .44, plasma, and shotgun shells stack up to 50 for their inventory slots before they fill up. Small medkits can be stacked up to 3 times. Large medkits can be stacked up only 1 per inventory slot. Let's see what item he dropped here. This is a .44 revolver. It does more impact damage, 8 more, but the range is 1 less optimal range. It does have a chance to crit, however, with a 20% chance to do so. Let's go ahead and take it.
Bang, bang.
Alright, and I see some .44 rounds over here. Let's take these as well. Next, there's something strange on the floor next to us. This is a health orb, and if we walk over it, we will automatically pick it up. Health orbs add temporary, well, if you're wounded, they refill your life, and there's a certain amount that they heal. If you are not damaged the amount that they heal, they give you temporary life. In this case, we have 40 points of temporary life. When we leave this level, however, and go to Callisto level 2, we will lose all the temporary life that we had gained on this floor. You should still pick them up. They are not more efficient to pick up if you're wounded. I really like this that they've done in the game, because there's no reason to backtrack for those orbs. Pick them up when you see them. You'll benefit from it no matter what. If in the end you didn't take any damage, you wouldn't have benefited from the orb anyway. Now, I can move a lot faster than this. I'm just being very cautious as I move. Okay, we have another enemy up ahead of us with a 9mm pistol. Let's go ahead and move up 1 spot to gain the wall for cover. Okay, we don't have a 100% chance to hit him from here, because he's 4 spaces away. Is that right? 1, 2... Oh, he's like 3.5 spaces away. Oh, right. And I can manually target things, everyone. We'll do that, well, now I have to do this. So let's target this guy. Nice! And he's dead! A 72% chance to hit this guy. Let's go ahead and swap weapons. So I'm going to hold down my right trigger, and then I can hit X on my gamepad Y on my gamepad to select my 9mm pistol. And then we'll fire at him. And do it again. Nice! Hey, what's that? Well, everyone, that's the elevator to level 2. This will take us out of this, obviously, this level and bring us down a floor. When you go down a floor, most of the elevators that you take will not allow you to go back up again. So if you're looking to get the most loot and get the most experience points, you will want to clear out the level first before you press on. Now, we killed this guy, and I don't think he fired anything from his gun, so let's take this to save some rounds, and I will drop our old 9mm. Uh-oh. What's this guy? A former sergeant. Not much armor, but he's armed with a 12-gauge shotgun. Let's double back and try to get cover around the corner again. He hit us. Shotguns are interesting weapons. We'll talk about the shotgun when we pick it up after we kill him. Alright, not bad. Well, hold on, everyone. I'm going to drop all this really quick so I can resort my weapons. I want my 9mm as gun 1, my 44 revolver as gun 2, and then we'll see what else he dropped. Alright, a 12-gauge shotgun. 34 slash damage. The weapon range, as you can see, is quite different than the pistol, in that it has only a 2 optimum range, so it's not very accurate at long range. But it does have a range of 7, so it has a greater distance. It also has a spread of 3.
I call shotgun.
Let's go ahead and move up a space and take some shotgun shells as well while we're here. Okay, and oh, okay, hold on. There's a melee weapon on the ground here as well. Why don't we take that instead of our revolver?
Guns are for wusses.
Let's go ahead and swap back to our shotgun. Now, notice that the enemy moved up to us while we were swapping. Even swapping guns takes time in this game. Let's try to move down 2 spaces and gain some cover around the corner. Okay, and notice that... Oh, I don't know if I explained this, everyone. Notice that the life bar is glowing white. This is the amount of damage the game believes we will do to him if we hit. So, we should kill him if we hit. And we did. Now... Alright, hold on. There's a few more things going on here really quick. First off, notice that the mini-map that we have a little bit of red on the mini-map now. When there are 3 or less enemies present on the current level, those enemies will be highlighted red for you. So you can go and hunt them down and kill them in order to clear the level. I don't think you gain... Well, you might get bonus experience points for clearing the level if there was like a special mutator affecting the level in some way. That's not the case for Callisto level 1 though, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's just go ahead and kill these guys, and we'll talk a little bit more about some other aspects of the game after we do so. Oh, I guess we'll point out this really quick. So notice there is a gun on the ground, and notice that it is in the doorway. I am right now hitting the B button to try to shut this door, and nothing is happening. Oh! And nothing is still happening. Okay, so I can't shut that door at all. I'm pretty sure you can't shut doors if there are things in the doorway. Maybe we damage that doorway with our shotgun a little bit. Let's try to verify this. So if I walk over here and I drop my 9mm. Yep. So right now I'm pressing the B button to shut that door and nothing is happening. But if I take the 9mm off the ground, everything is fine. I really don't like where those 2 people are. Let's walk back over here. They're moving up, so they should be within my weapon range soon. Oh! These aren't people at all. These are security drones. Security drones are robots, obviously. Or maybe you didn't know that, but they are. Security drones take less damage from impact weapons. Is that right? No, I'm incorrect. They take full damage from impact weapons, but they take greatly reduced damage from slash weapons, shotgun shells, or melee weapons. Some melee weapons, for example, that deal slash damage. Piercing weapons, though, deal increased damage to them. I don't like our chance to hit this guy, so let's move back a space. And we're going to move over here to get... Actually, let's wait a round. Wait another round. They're on patrol. Let's move one down to get some cover. Okay, he turned. Let's move back up. Alright, now he probably sees me. Let's fire from here. He looks like he's armed with some sort of small minigun. We got lucky that he missed all of his shots. Let's move away. Ooh, took a bit of... Alright, everyone, we took a bit of damage there. This is good. This gives me a chance to explain pain for a little bit for you. Notice that our pain is 4%. Pain is a debuff that will reduce your chance to hit by an equal amount. The more pain you're in, the more likely you're just to grab your wounds and scream in agony, rather than fire at the enemy. Let's move down a spot. Pain fades slowly over time as well. The Marine can use Fury to remove all the pain he is currently in and heal himself. 4%. I think it's 10 hit points, and then and then like half the amount of pain you were in is healed. We're going to wait another turn. And the other one looks like it's not moving toward us. There we go. We missed.
Blood for the blood god.
All right. We advanced to level 2, everyone. I'm going to store this point, and we'll talk about leveling up soon. So first off, when you clear a level, if you have your character's voice enabled, your character will say something heroic like he just did. Now that the level is completed, all of the items that are on the ground will be made visible to us. We can see them. Normally, if this door was closed, we wouldn't actually notice this pistol on the ground, because there would still be enemies around in the level, and the game wants you to worry about you walking over and picking it up only for an enemy to show up at that point. But now everything is here. There is, to my knowledge, at least on normal mode, no reason... like, you can take as much time as you want running around the level, and after it's done, you can spend like an hour, 8 hours, you can let the game run for like a whole week, and there's no penalty for doing so. There's no like food meter like there was in sort of the Stars, and there is no timer ticking down like in Occult Chronicles for the story mode that you're racing against in order to beat the game. I think on Nightmare mode, enemies respawn, though. I think maybe at least the demons do. So there is a reason to rush through on normal mode. Alright, so we have a treasure chest here, everyone. So let's go ahead and give this an open. This one is blue in color, which means this is an ammunition chest. And it has a bunch of 9mm ammo in it. Let's go ahead and take all of this. And lastly, we have a white chest. I think this is just... a chance to... This is just loot. I don't know what else to say. This might have something good in it. Let's find out. Okay, so we got a health orb from this. 2 pieces of 9mm ammo. And that looks like... a goblin face, doesn't it? But that's actually armor, is what that is on the ground. Basic armor. Let's take it.
Armor up.
We'll take the health orb. We'll grab the ammo. And that's it for the first floor, everyone. So... okay, so let's go ahead and zone into the next floor. And we'll do a little more talking about some game mechanics. And then I'll be right back to change the music on us. Good luck. You're on your own now. So right away, notice that our health meter has been decreased back to 100. We lost all of the temporary life that we had from the previous level. The Marine has a passive. Whenever we enter a new level, which is what we just did, we will heal 10% of our max life. And so we will heal 10 hit points automatically whenever we enter an elevator. It may not seem like much, but believe it or not, you'll be really super glad to have that 10 hit points of healing as you proceed through the levels. And I heard a door open somewhere to our right. Alright, but I'm going to cut the recording really quick, everyone, and come back with some different music. Give me a few seconds. Alright, everyone. I think that's a bit more thematic for Halloween. There's something else that we gained last level. Before we get going, I probably should have explained it. Look in our lower right-hand corner. We've gained something new. A to 100%. This represents the condition of our armor and how much protection it is giving us.
The fuck you waiting for?
We are wearing basic Kelver armor, nicknamed by the Marines green armor, due to the hue and the fact that only rookies are stupid enough to wear it. Don't expect it to save your skin. It is reducing the damage we take from all attacks generally by 2. It does offer more damage versus, so that's I think impact damage. It offers 4 damage versus slash attacks, but only 1 versus pierce and plasma. It has a durability. As that durability decreases, the amount of protection we have from this armor will also begin to decrease. And if it reaches 0, the armor is destroyed, and you lose it. It is affecting our dodge percentage. We have 10% less dodge while we are wearing this armor. I suppose that represents the fact that it is slowing us down and weighs a little bit, I suppose. It has 0 of 4 mod slots. We haven't talked about mods yet. We'll do so when we find one. Notice that as well, by the way, our weapons have a swap time. I believe that is the amount of time it would take for you to swap to that weapon. Our shotgun has no swap time currently because we have it equipped. But if I was to... Actually, is that right? No, that can't be right. Is there no swap time for a shotgun? That seems messed up. Oh, actually, I think what it is it must be normal swap time for the shotgun. But no, that can't be right. It must be 100% normal swap time if the swap time isn't there. So our pistol is faster to swap to. Holy crap, we got an enemy while I'm trying to show off. Let's go ahead and get behind some cover. Alright, it didn't see us. Remember, everyone, that we move before the enemy moves. And so it didn't notice us there. Or we moved away just as it did and decided not to give chase. I did see the health chest. I would like that. But I'm a bit nervous about those drones. I shouldn't be. You know what? I shouldn't be. Let's head back out there. Okay, I am going to move behind cover now. Yeah, I don't... Oh, God! We have a demon here. Our first demon, everyone. We're going to see a lot more of him. Alright. So let's move one up. Move behind cover. And we will shoot the demon, not the drone. We have cover against the drone, so it's not as likely to hit us as the fiend will. Now notice that the drone has a red line near it by the wall. It is getting cover against us, based upon its current position. I don't want it to have cover. Our chance to hit is only 25%. This thing looks like it fires a spread of bullets as well, so it is much more likely to hit me, even if its chance to hit us is only 25%. For example, it fires like 3 bullets, so we're going to get plinked. I'm going to move across the hall, across this opening here, to take cover behind this wall. That was kind of dumb. I should have fired at it the moment I stopped in the open here, because our chance to hit it was 100%. For example, right now, I saw that its life was glowing white, and all of its life was, which means we have a 100% chance to destroy it right then and there. Now, I don't think I mentioned it. It's only been like 30 minutes since we started this recording. I can't believe it took us 30 minutes to get through that first level. In any case, enemies have the same chance to hit you with their weapons that you do to hit them, all things being equal. A Marine who is firing at you with a 9mm pistol, who is 4 spaces away, will hit you 100% of the time if you are out in the open and don't have any dodge listed below you, for example. Keep that in mind when fighting enemies. I've seen a lot of new players get frustrated by this. They don't seem to understand that their chance to hit you is the same as you're hitting them, and they're hitting you for the same amount of damage that you hit them for. So always use cover. Try to hide if you can. Lead the enemy to hazards, environmental hazards, and blow those up if you can. We didn't see any on the previous level, or I totally didn't. They didn't register. I would have shown you them too. Keep moving. Get decent armor, and pay attention to the sounds you hear and where you want to, and make sure you have good fire lines to engage your enemies in. And also, if the level's not clear, take your time moving. We can move much faster than what you see. Hold on, everyone. I've noticed something that you guys probably missed. Let's go ahead and show you. Look at their mini-map. Notice this door is the same color as the ground. That's interesting. We shut that door, or at least I thought we did, which means it should be gray in color, but it's not. Something opened this door. I have a hunch we are being hunted, and there is a demon chasing us. Let's move up a bit and see if we can find some cover up ahead of us. And notice that this became gray, so something shut that door, or that door shut behind that thing. Oh, it opened again. Alright, so something is opening and shutting that door. We might not be being chased, actually, then. Enemies, generally, in the game, come in, like, 3 or 4 different flavors of what their AI is doing. Some are standing still and waiting for you to encounter them. Others are patrolling and are walking back and forth within an area. Some are doing their patrols a little more sporadically, and they're just moving back and forth, like, between, like, a few places on the map. Kind of waiting for you, but moving around just a tad. Demons, if they are patrolling, and they enter an area that you had been, will, they smell you, or they sense that you were there, and they begin following you, like the path you took, to hunt you down and find you. Let's switch to our shotgun. Nice. And we hit the guy in the distance notice with our shotgun as well, and killed the guy in front of us. Shotguns have a spread, and as such, you can hit multiple targets with a shotgun attack, as opposed to a pistol, which only has 1 bullet. There are other types of weapons, rotary weapons, like an autocannon, for example, or an assault rifle, and the spray of bullets from them, your chance to hit is the chance you will hit each enemy in particular. And in addition to that, bullets that miss one target may strike another if there was any of them behind them. Notice our shotgun, though, doesn't have an accuracy. It has a damage percentage. Shotguns use a spray, and as such, they don't really miss their target. The amount of damage that you do is dependent upon how far away you are from the target within its optimal to max range, and if the target has cover or not, along with the type of armor it has. It was a demon chasing us. Okay, so here it is. Let's go ahead and move. That was a big mistake. I wanted to get cover behind the door, and I actually revealed 2 other enemies. Let's fire our shotgun at these 2 Marines. We killed both of them. Let's reload and fire on the demon. Notice that the demon is showing us a special type of action it is going to do at this moment. On its turn, it's going to move 2 spaces, so it's going to move and attack us if it can. Some enemies move faster than we move, or act a little faster than us. This fiend is one such enemy, and if we were to try to outrun it, we would fail. We can't outrun a fiend, not at the moment. And so, in any case, if we try to reload our shotgun, this is telling us, hey, that demon that normally you would expect can only move 1 spot, that's gonna hit you. So let's move up 1 space. There's another demon here. Let's reload our shotgun.
The fucking ammo! Reload!
Let's reload again. Fire on that fire fiend. And we have a new debuff, everyone, bleeding. Bleeding will cause us to take damage equal to the bleeding level every time it ticks, and then it decreases itself. Whenever it ticks, it puts us into pain, as well until the bleeding debuff is gone. It's a dot effect, basically. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have switched to our knife. I forgot we had that. I shouldn't. So when I moved up to avoid the demon, I should have switched to our knife. I could explain melee combat instead of reloading our shotgun. Okay, this is really super bad. There's a former soldier over there, and he's got a .44 hunter rifle. We are, like, at the perfect range for him to hit us for, like, 20-something damage. Let's try running into the room to our left. And there's a security drone here. Let's switch to our pistol and fire on it. There's another Marine here. Okay, this is really bad. We're getting sandwiched. It looks like this enemy's armed with a shotgun. He is. I think we run out of the room and try running up north. Let's do it. Okay, nope, change of plan. We're gonna fire on this soldier. We missed. Now we are gonna try running for it. Thank God he missed us. We're gonna keep running for it. Keep running for it. Keep running for it. I can't believe we got so lucky that he missed us all those times. Let's shut the door behind us. Reload. Okay. That was really lucky. I think we could have died there. So, I think our dodge saved us. Let's go ahead and run over here. And we're going to run around the corner to get some cover. Alright, and it looks like they're not giving chase. This door isn't open. Let's open it. Get some cover and destroy that drone. We'll shut the door again and, yep, let's keep moving down. I don't like the angle of approaching that one guy with the .44 hunter rifle. This might be better. Let's switch to our shotgun. Crap, another security drone. What the heck? There's so many of these flippin' things. Let's move by the pillar. Shut the door. I'm going to move again to our right. Switch back to our pistol. And then move to our left to fire on the drone. That, by the way, when you fire, you hear the zombies. That's letting you know that they heard you. And they're probably going to investigate what's going on down here. Okay, but they decided not to. Back to the shotgun. I hear... that sound we're hearing means there's more drones in this area. A door opened. I don't know what door opened, though. Okay, let's open this door. And I'm expecting to find the guy with the .44 rifle somewhere on the other side of this. He's not here. He is here! Thankfully, he missed us. We were moving and we were within cover. Now he's dead. There's a demon chasing us. Let's switch to our pistol and wait around. There's another soldier down there. Looks like he's armed with a rifle or a shotgun. I think we move away. Fire fiends, as you can see, can throw fire at you. Let's shut this door. We'll switch back to our shotgun. Move over here. And let's wait for that demon to open this door, which he will totally do, like another round. What's this guy armed with? He's armed with a pistol. Okay. I'll reload. He hit us, even though we're behind cover. This gives me a chance to use some adrenaline. So why don't we do that and show you how this works. So adrenaline is the Marine's resource. When we use adrenaline, it's a free action. It doesn't take any points from our turn to use it. It will heal us 10 hit points, and then I think 50% of the damage, of the amount of pain we were in. So I think we gained 14 points of life. I'm going to move away from this guy, I think. Actually, yeah, we should. He's armed. He has armor on. Now I'm going to move back to where we were. Because he's still in cover. There we go. Now he's out of cover. So now we can kill him with our shotgun. I'm going to switch to our combat knife since this demon is so close to us. And we'll wait around. Okay, and let's have some melee combat. Normally, you would move into an enemy and automatically you would swing your melee weapon at them. In this case, I'll just use our attack button. And we took some damage. There's something about melee weapons I should probably explain, and that is that we have a melee guard 20%. This is what, by the way, this is a trusty combat knife. Its biggest advantage is it's silent and doesn't use ammo. Oof! Wow, we're in a lot of pain. 20% pain now. I guess fiends are really nasty trying to melee, even with a combat knife. Knives and other melee weapons, I think most of them have a melee guard of some sort, which means that it I think that means it reduces the damage you take from them, or it's a chance that you'll just block the damage from them. I'm not sure which it is, and I don't remember if the normal tutorial told me. Hey, nice, we found the way down. Let's make sure our shotgun is reloaded. Hey, something new. What are these wrenches? Multi-tools. General issue toolkit. It will help you keep your armor in shape. Repairs 25% of armor damage. Also used for hacking and disabling of mechanical entities. We can use a multi-tool to repair 25% of... so it will increase by a flat 25%, not a percentage, of our armor. So if we use it right now, we will waste 14% of that multi-tool. But multi-tools have a good amount of other uses to them too, besides just repairing armor. Multi-tools stack up to 5 in your inventory. Generally, if there's demons on the floor, which there almost always will be, I tend to shut some of the doors in the level, because that's a hint to me, if I hear doors opening, to check my minimap and make sure that it's not a door that I know I closed recently. If so, there might be a demon chasing me. Alright everyone, level 3. I'm going to store this point as well. It just occurs to me, I didn't spend our last point. So I've been doing this on hard mode. We also see, by the way, the red dots on the screen. So that means that all the enemies, we've got 2 enemies left on the Callisto level 2 and then we're done. So why don't we go ahead and look at leveling for a bit. So we have 2 points, and to level any of these traits takes us just 1 point. These are the ones that are currently available to us up here. Some of these below us, the ones that are not in bold, like all caps, require some of these to be taken first in order to unlock them. The ones down here require other abilities to be unlocked and are also master traits. These 5. You can only have 1 master trait. The master traits are generally viewed as being extremely powerful, and the most powerful traits you can take. You can only begin taking these after you have taken all the prerequisite skills, and you must be level 8 to take the first one. I will say that for some of these, you might want to wait even later than level 8 to take them, as for some of these there is a penalty to taking them early, in so much that level 1 gives you a great effect, but it's been balanced by having a detriment, a restriction, when you take them as well. But increasing those levels decreases and then eventually removes those restrictions, depending upon what skill it is. In any case, we have 2 points. Let's go ahead and take something. So, we haven't found any special weapons yet, actually. So you know what? No. We're going to hold on to our stuff at the moment. Let's go back up here. There's something still around here. It's a guy with a shotgun. Let's get behind some cover. Wait for him to step up a spot. My God. Trimus is horrendously inaccurate today. Let's go ahead and pick some of this stuff up. Notice, normally when I'm recording this game, I don't notice my hit percentage, but when I am recording, I can't help but notice how abysmal it seems to be. Health orb, nice. Healed almost to full, and a small med pack. Somewhere on level 2 for Callisto, there will be a normal chest that contains a set of green armor, like what we found from the level above, and also a helmet. I think this might be it. It is! And this is odd. This is perhaps the first time I'm seeing a blue helmet from this. So, armor, basic armor is green in color. And just like the yellow weapons, it's always going to be the same. This basic armor we are currently wearing is the equivalent of that armor that's on the ground, only that armor on the ground isn't damaged. There's a green helmet, which I fully expected we would get from this chest, but we did not. We got a blue helmet, which lets me explain blue items to you. Blue items will have a... light blue items, like this, I suppose I should correct myself and say that, will have some sort of AV qualifier before them. This prefix is letting you know how many randomly assigned buffs are on this helmet. Let's take it. This is an AV1 basic helmet. Advanced Kelvar helmet. Properties vary. So, this helmet, its randomly determined prefix is plated, and it's giving us 1 protection. Normally, a basic helmet has no protection in it. Just like our armor, this has durability, and it also has mod slots. Since we haven't found the mod yet, I'm going to skip describing mods until we do. Just like our armor, it can degrade over time. I think it might always keep that 1 point of protection, though. Helmets are very important for you to wear. If you're not wearing a helmet, there is a chance that whatever is firing at you can critically hit you. Just like us, it will do increased damage. Just like us. Just when we crit, assuming that we're using a weapon that does so, it will do increased damage. And it can be quite surprising for that to happen to you, and suddenly you're dead, and you didn't even have a chance to react. I'm gonna grab all the ammo I see on the floor. And then let's go and hunt down what's left. It sounded like it was a demon that's down here. It's pretty active, whatever it is. There's another chest. Hey! And there's something else we haven't seen yet, everyone. A terminal. And there's nothing we haven't seen before. Another elevator. But this one is green in color. We'll explain why it's green in a few minutes. Alright, let's kill that red dot. Oh, I don't like approaching it from this angle. We have no cover. I should have grabbed a hunter's rifle if I'm going to do this. Hopefully it's a demon, and hopefully not a fire fiend. It's a guy with a shotgun. Okay. Well, that sucks. Let's run away from him. Switch back to our shotgun and see if we can get a lucky shot on him.
Done.
Okay, nice. And that's it for the level. We have one unopened treasure chest and a terminal. Let's see what the terminal says. So, this is a Jovasek Hello system. Hello OS, not 0.9.6, copyright 1994 to 2122 Omacorp. Most terminals will let you access their security. There's nothing for us really to do here at the moment. We don't have the multi-tools, and we destroyed all the bots that would have been listed here. Normally, a terminal will let you see how many bots are active on this level, and you can then have a good feeling for if you want to hack the bots and activate them in purge mode, at which point I believe they begin to destroy everything else on the floor. The cost for doing this is I think 3 multi-tools if you want to do that. Yep, security units will kill everything in sight, except themselves. And I believe security units, again, are all the robots on a level. So far, we've only seen drones, but there are some other very dangerous types of robots, and we will be encountering them later, assuming we can get further in the game. The recon shows all of the different maps, which are, also all the different paths which are present going forward. Here we can see that there's a Callisto, the Callisto level 2 will bring us to the Valhalla Terminal, level 3 the Callisto Rift, the Callisto Hub, the Callisto Mines, and level 5 to the military barracks. Normally, so, how can I describe this? There are 2 exits to every floor beyond the first one. And eventually, it will culminate to level 6, at which point I think the only other exit to level 6 is the standard exit level to the final level for this chapter, which here will be the Valhalla Starport, I think, is what it's called. I might be getting that wrong. I've only played the game for 50 hours, you know, what do I know? In any case, what this
Where'd you go?
What this is telling me is that if you look at our mini-map, you see this light blue dot? That was the normal elevator we found, and this one is a special elevator. It leads to a special, a different path to get to the very final floor here in the Callisto chapter. If we were interested in going to the Valhalla Terminal, we would want to take this elevator. Now, why would we want to do that, you're asking? Each of these paths, Valhalla Terminal, Callisto Rift, and the Callisto Mines, they all culminate with their own special level at the end of them. The mines will lead to something called the Callisto Anomaly. And I know that map's layout. The map layout will always be the same. It has the same types of the same idea for how the enemies will spawn on top of you when you reach the center of the map. The map layout is always the same, and there will be generally like 4 or 5 items on the floor. One of them will be a relic. Another one might be an artifact. There is probably a AV amp someplace on the ground as well. Why are my lights flickering in my house? That was creepy. In any case, seeing that will might help guide you. You might determine, like, you might see something here. For example, there is a I think on the next floor on Europa, in the next chapter, Europa, assuming we reach it, there might be on Callisto level 5 something that says the pit, I think, for example, or maybe one of those paths leads to something called the pit. And if that's there, you can get an item called a backpack there, which gives you 2 more inventory slots and is a free pickup. It doesn't fit anywhere else in your inventory. Just a pickup, bam, 2 extra free inventory slots unlocked. If you want a backpack, you will want to go to the pit. The military barracks, for example, will have a few very powerful undead marines in it, and will have, I think, 4 items on the ground. I think like 2 special items, 2 special utility items, and 2 weapons and 2 utility items, and I think it will also have 2 chests in it as well. So six.
Got all day.
Stop! It'll have 6 total items in there. So I will probably aim to get to that military barracks. In any case, I'm sorry if it didn't make much sense. I can explain it better to you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. We also have some messages here. Let's go ahead and read these messages, and then I'll talk about messages for a little bit. So we have note. Can anyone fix that? Lads, the terminal in Valhalla Terminal Level 2 is acting kind of weird. It's like it does what it wants. And no, restarting it doesn't help. So one of you smartasses get down there as soon as possible and get that damn thing back to work. So let's go ahead and remember this. Let's talk about messages really quick. I've seen quite a few people just skip reading these altogether. Never do that. if one of these messages is bright orange text, which all of these are, you will want to at least read everything that is white in these, because this hints as to why you might want to also go to Valhalla Terminal. On level 2, there's a terminal, much like the one we are currently standing in front of, and if we interact with it, I'm pretty sure we can make it summon demons. I think that's what this is hinting that what it does. And if we kill those demons, there's a chance we can get, I think, like a relic from them, or maybe some other loot. Or maybe even some bonus experience points for doing so. Chief needed an HQ. Hey, Ethan. Tell the Chief that the technicians arrived in Callisto level 5 and are working on some code for the med bay in Callisto level 6. Apparently, he's needed for them to proceed. They need some toe prints or something like that. Let him know. Daniel. So, this is telling us that on Callisto level 6, we'll find a med bay. But is that right? Yep, and so if we want that, we will want to head down to Callisto level 6. Mobility restrictions. From Luke Barnes. Due to recent incidents, access to Callisto Rift is off limits until further notice. All staff must apply for red key cards at the HQ granting single access. So, if we want to go to the Callisto Rift, at the end of which we will have this very particular map with this giant rift, like this crevice in the floor. And there will be a series of bots at the very end of it that are guarding, I want to say, like 4 or 5 items, and treasure chests are on the ground. But if we want to go there and do that, we need a red key card to access that area. Got it for you. From William Edwards, Xavier Kelly. Captain, I picked up your AV2 basic armor from maintenance, all shiny and polished. Going to drop it off in your quarters at Callisto Mines level 1. So if we wanted AV2 basic armor, which is like the armor we're currently wearing, only it has 2 prefixes associated with it. We don't know what those are. We'll have to go there to find out. We would want to go to the Callisto Mines. Now, I clicked a button when I was accessing those messages to also put them into my PDA, or my journal here, so I can double check these. As you proceed through the levels, if one of these no longer impacts you, for example, and we're not going to take the Valhalla Terminal level 2 exit, then this one will go into our archive, and as it is no longer pertinent to the rest of our adventure. And the music stops. So I've been doing this for 30 minutes on this floor too. So that means we've been playing for an hour. So we're going to stop right before we go downstairs. So the last thing we have here, everyone, is a single chest. Let's go ahead and open this up. And we have a blue pistol. AV1 9mm pistol. This one has Frenzy 4. We'll take it. It's better than our current pistol because it has that effect associated with it. Bonus damage after kill is what it says. So every time we kill an enemy with this pistol, we gain 4 additional damage. And I think that effect stays on us for like 3 turns, basically. And it can stack. You can keep getting more and more frenzy, I believe. Alright, well, I still don't know what type of character I'm building towards. So, because I didn't get any fantastic weaponry on this level. So I'm going to take probably something that we could benefit from no matter what build we're going for when it comes to our levels. So I'm sorry, comes to our skills. So I'm going to grab... Actually, no. I'll take the skills at the start of the next... No, I should do this now. I really should. So let's walk over to the elevator. Because I can just summarize it at the beginning of the next level. Okay, so... Because I don't know... Because we didn't get it... So... Most of these master traits are built around using certain types of weaponry. Onslaught is assault rifles. Bulletstorm are pistols, or SMGs. Armies of Darkness are shotguns and rocket launchers. Vampire is melee weapons. And Survivor, it doesn't really care. It helps keep you alive instead. I think that I don't really like Survivor. I've heard lots of other people really do like it, but I'm not so sold on it quite at the moment. But I'm going to take one skill that would make that a possible path, and I'm going to take Tough as Nails. Pain is for wussies, and you're a man's man. Your skin is so tough that each level of this trait provides 1 point of natural armor against all damage. Taken. And then, I think for our next skill, I will grab... let's grab a point in Furious. You're one angry son of a bitch. Because of that, your capacity for fury is increased by 10 per each level of this trait. Additionally, if you give an enemy, you will generate additional points of fury equal to this trait level. Alright, there we go. Alright, and that's it. Now notice, by the way, that running is highlighted light blue now. Because we took Furious, we can take running as a skill. We meet that requirement. Looks like Furious is also something for Armies of Darkness if I want to go down shotguns and launchers. But, oh, and Tough Nails is for Survivor. But I'm not sure what master trait I want just yet. In any case, I'm done babbling, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. And I see some ammo on the ground I missed. We're going to grab that really quick. Alright, that's good. Alright, everyone, so thank you guys for watching part 1. Most of this was me babbling and trying to describe the game for you. So it's kind of like a long tutorial, but hopefully it was at least somewhat interesting for you. And there'll be a lot less to talk about in the next episode, in so much that I've covered most of the game mechanics. I'll talk about explosive barrels soon when we see them, and there's 1 or 2 other things I know I forgot about, and I'll talk about them in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching this, and hopefully I'll see you in part 2. Take care, everyone.